1-second delay in getting going. The orientation was completely wrong again on the phone, and you have to change it now beforehand. It's really quite annoying, but enough about that. There's a few people here in the chat already. It's freezing in here, so I've literally just put a t-shirt over my jumper. We're going to chat toys. We're going to chat about anything you want to ask me. For those of you who've not seen already the little quick video I've put up, we've obviously seen pictures of the Origin Wheeljack, so I want to know what your opinions on they are, guys. If you've not seen that, that's, as I say, it's all over. I think at the moment the Cybertron Fest, I think that's its name, it's going on in Japan, or in Asia rather, as we speak. Ah, Fung Boy's in, brilliant, nice to have Fung Boy in as well. I don't know, everybody's gone, matey. I messed up on the start, so there's a few people missing, and this isn't working either now. So nice to have you. Ah, here we go. I don't know why this isn't catching up. It's my Wi-Fi. The weather again in the UK at the moment is awful. So yes, I can still read everything there, so that's all that really matters. I think we definitely, as I say, need to talk about Origin Wheeljack. What's everybody else thinking, or their opinions on that particular figure? Is it as big? Oh, Phil's in as well. Long time no speak, Phil. Great to speak. Great to have you on here. Again, doing these monthly things. Oh, Ultra Marcus is in. Perfect. Now the chat's working. I'm going to treat myself at Christmas. I'm going to do some overtime and actually get a laptop, I think, so I can do these properly. And then I can plan them better, and I can get everything all set up, rather than me just, as I say, just sitting here now chatting away. But I think, as I say, that's what everybody prefers anyway. So Devoid the Logic is in. Nice to have you as well. Phil, have you seen the new, has everybody seen this then? Has everybody seen it yet? They must have seen it. How cool is that? It's amazing, isn't it? So I think all we actually need to know on it is, oh, Pete's in as well. Brilliant. Nice to have Pete in. I think all we need to know, there you go, that does why, isn't it? That's it. All we need to know is, can Bumblebee fit in the back? That's what we need to see. There you go, Ultra Marcus. So that is Origin Wheeljack. I did a video on it a few hours ago, to be fair. That's the only image. There's a few more images of him. So he looks super big. He looks super chunky. In hand, really exciting. It looks obviously got to be a new mold. Looks big in hand. The vehicle mode as well. It's just a big box, but what we need to know is, these images are on TFW 2005, by the way, Ultra Marcus, if you want to have a look at them properly. All we need to really know is, can Bumblebee fit in the back? That's what we need to know. And then for those of you who like Tidal Wave, and as I say, I completely hold my hands up, he's a new figure and character to me, but there is the new Titan. And as I said in the video update that I did, what I'm really surprised about right now is, if you remember for this year's Titan, they kept us guessing for ages. They didn't, you know, they kept it, people were guessing obviously that it was to be fair, so Pete, I'll come to that in a second. Phil, Wheeljack's a Voyager, the Titan class is Tidal Wave. And yes, Pete, my arc came in the post today as well, so I've got to get building that. But I've literally spent the last 3 hours building the Home Alone house with my kids, which has been amazing, actually, to be fair, because it's brilliant. We're well two-thirds of the way through it. Yeah, it's great. It's great. If I had like a multi-purpose whatever, I suppose I could put it up on here if I wanted to. I could put it up on my Instagram, but I just choose to keep it all Transformers. Now, as I was saying, the Titan is Tidal Wave, and it's a character, obviously, from my completely blank knowledge into the Transformers world. It's not the biggest, but I also know that there's a full video reveal of this on Hasbro Pulse, which I've not got around to watching yet as well, because there's images online from where Ben and Sam, I suppose, were revealing it, to be honest. I don't know if I really want to touch on the fact that I'm annoyed that we aren't getting our Desaurus's figures, purely as I know so many people who've got theirs already. Crackles has got up. Good morning, buddy. I love the fact that you've got up and you're watching us all the way from Australia. Appreciate your support. And in fact, guys, obviously, about an hour in, I've got this ready for you channel members to win a deluxe figure of your choice. I will, of course, be doing that later, as promised. So, yes, I'll definitely be doing that. I love the Armada original sitting next to me. See, now, I've only seen it... I suppose I've seen it in pictures. I saw a few of them at TF Nation because loads of people were after them, to be honest. So that was quite interesting to see. What are the pictures? I'm just trying to think of some other, find some other pictures I can see here for you as a Titan. Okay, guys, then you can help me out because I don't know. Is this something to do with? Is this to do with the Minicon or what's it to do with? Let me see if I can show you the back of him. So on the back of, where has it gone? On the back of the Titan, there is, it looks like a little figure coming out the back, and as I say, I really don't know. Where's it? I've just got lost the image. Princeton's jumped in already. Oh wow, thanks very much, Princeton, really appreciate that. Yeah, I think he does look great, to be honest. Where's that picture gone, guys? I want to share this with you because, as I say, here we go. So you guys can help me with this. So Pete, what's that? That's, look, you see, is that the Minicon or whatever? There's something inside. There's like another bot. I don't know what it is. Princeton's jumped in. Princeton's he jumps in on the stream all the time. It's great to have you all over. Skippy the Hippie, you're on here as well, which is great to have you as well, buddy. You are, of course, in the name thing as well. Yeah, so that's what's everybody's opinion on it. Has everybody seen it? Because obviously some people are just waking up to it. Some people, to be fair, I saw it earlier. But I've been out all day and I didn't get a chance to do a video on it, and I really wanted to be honest. I'm still really intrigued, and again, because I don't know anything about it, but I'm just so impressed with Magmatron. Just so impressed with Magmatron. Can't believe how good it is. And it's again, it's unlike me to like, I suppose it's because it's not like Beast Wars, the original Beast, which I didn't really enjoy, but of course I do now. I think they're fantastic. But yeah, Magmatron I'm really excited for. I think Ultra Marcus is right again, going back to Wheeljack. The legs do look very much, not sure if that turns into a jet, but stores in, oh, there you go. So it could do. Optimus, how you doing, pal? It could be Pete by the looks of it. Now you've just said that, because it looks like it could be a jet. Again, I imagine they'll update it like they did with TF. Sorry, all the TF cons they've done every day. They obviously change the display. So I will try do my best to keep everybody updated with pictures as they do in fact, of course, come. But what we're talking about, guys, if anybody can shed or does know any light on this figure that is in the back of the Titan tidal wave, it looks like it could turn into a jet there, you know. How would I feel if Getaway made it to Legacy? I would be buzzing. Brandon, nice to have you on here. That's a great question. I really like Getaway. Funnily enough, I was going to do a video on it the other day, but I realised that he's one of the few Hasbro figures that I haven't got a box of. I've got the Takara box, but I haven't got the... I'm not massively into Cybertron Trilogy. What was I going to say? I can't think what I was going to say. Oh, there you are. That is mini tidal wave from Megatron. There you go. People know. See, I knew people would know. Thanks for that. What was I saying then? I don't even know. Completely forgot. I think we were talking about... That's completely gone. That's still made in. Getaway. That's it. Yeah, but of course in Japan he's not called Getaway. He's called Leadfoot, or Lightfoot rather. It looks like it turns into a mini version of Top Waves Alt Mode. I think that's right, Pete. I think someone's just confirmed that, to be fair. Brandon's in, just messaging them. Oh, I've got them downstairs. I've not even opened them either, Brandon. I'm so far behind. It's ridiculous. I've got Russ back to Wheeljack. Speaking of Orange Bubble, Wheeljack's hovercraft mode as an opening trunk. Can it actually? See, now that's what I wanted to know, Fungbo. I wanted to know if we could fit him in the back. Because if you look at the images, it's hard to gauge. It's hard to gauge, I suppose, sort of how big it is. But then if you think, it does look like kind of big and kind of chunky. Whether or not it will fit rather. Let's see if I can get a better picture up on here for you guys. It does look, is it big enough? It doesn't say. You see, you've just got a picture there of him holding the back, but obviously not putting an Origin Bumblebee in. I imagine he's going to have to go in on the side on the squiff anyway, but he's got to, I would think. You can fit the rods in for sure. That's good then. Again, I imagine they will do more and more on it as, of course, they do put all the names up, I think, obviously. All the pictures up, rather. Yeah, going back to figures, Brandon, you'll have to let me know what the reactivates are like. I've got them sitting in a box. As I just said to Pete, I've got the New Age Ark still sitting in a box. Just too many figures. And doing all the eBay things I've been doing over the weekend as well. So it's crazy times at the moment. I'm trying to think what else they're supposed to be revealing, if anything, at Cybertron Fest. Crazy thing is they've got this. I got the Cuco Art, Defensive Fortress, Legends Metroplex. Oh, is that the Cyan Culture? I've got them to do as well. What's interesting is they've got this in hand as well, obviously, because it's out. So I expect to see loads more of them. Ah, you see, so they've updated that already then. I've not got the images of the Wheeljack's box at all, so that's interesting to know. Thank you for whoever just posted that up there, because again, this is just the first pictures I've got. There we go. What else was I saying with regards to figures? I can't think. I'm really looking forward to doing the reactivate figures though. Brandon, what are they like? The Prime looks amazing. I think the Prime looks like one of the best Primes I think I've ever seen, to be fair. I know I'm going to be doing the review for Prime, and he's really cool. The plastic is really weird and joints feel a little stiff. That's what I mean, 37 steps. That's the other thing, I suppose, that's not off-putting, but sometimes it's a little bit like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that many steps. Okay, guys, there's even more images here that are appearing now as I'm speaking. So this is of the Megatron figure that I literally just showed you. So look how much bigger it is than the Studio Series Rise of the Beasts. There it is. So of course he's a leader class figure, and yeah, he's way bigger than the Voyager Prime there, which I really like. That Voyager Prime. He's of course way bigger than the Gamer Edition. I'm looking forward to this figure, to be honest. I think it just opens all doors, doesn't it? Opens loads of alleyways. The fact that they've got, like, you know, we're doing figures on concept art. I'm definitely getting that Megatron. Duke's in. Nice to have you, Duke. We've got to get that Megatron. He's class. Here we go again. Just some more size comparisons. I think that's the Bumblebee. Yeah, that's the Bumblebee movie Prime, isn't it? Of course it is. So there's Bumblebee movie Optimus with Bumblebee concept Megatron. They look good together, to be fair. They display quite well. That's definitely, as I say, that opens up a load of possibilities. If they're going to just do concept art as well, then we're going to have so many to choose from. Yep, there we go. Last couple of images of this then, because it does look great. That's again with the Rise of the Beasts Prime. So as you'd expect, leader class figure, absolutely towering over him, head and shoulders. He's much wider. I know he's like only an inch or so taller, but he's much wider. So really looking forward to getting that. That's it. I was talking about, do we think we'll get any more Gamer Edition figs? Yes, I think we'll get loads, Phil. I think we'll get loads. I think it gives them a brilliant excuse to do another Bruticus. The Fall of Cybertron Bruticus was a bit of a I really enjoyed it, to be fair, but when you look at it now compared to some of them, I'm not going to say a letdown. I suppose it's just been surpassed so many times already. It's crazy. That's what I was talking about, the Cyan Metroplex. I've got two but lent to me. I've got one lent to me by Rohan and one lent to me by RJ, so I'm going to do a video on that tomorrow, fingers crossed. I'm going to see if I can fit them both here in both modes. I know there's three, but I want to see if I can get a video done on that. That's what I'm supposed to be doing this weekend, but I just didn't get around to doing it. But the boxes for that's huge, considering they say Legends. I think it's definitely bigger. Taking over Orange World back, showing. Brilliant. I'm glad you've said that, Duke. Somebody else has just said that, so hopefully it would be the biggest mistake if they didn't. This is left field and off topic, but any recommendations for getting G? The only place, mate, honestly, is eBay, to be fair. E2, eBay, or specialist shops. Like, I don't even know, you'd probably have to message Space Bridge or Leicester Toy Shop, something like that. I don't know if you're based in the UK though. I mean, obviously you've got the big three in America, haven't you? You've got Transformer Land, you've got I Am Ratchet, and you've got Wheeljack's Lab, and I've not heard any negatives ever from any of them three, to be fair. if you're based in America. I don't know if anybody's got any stories on the contrary to that, but them three, I've got personal experience with Transformer Land. I do think recently they've put their prices up a little bit. Deluxe Baldwin's done one, has he? I need to have a look at that then. In fact, no, I don't want to have too much of a look at it because I want to do it fresh eyes. What was I saying then? Yeah, Transformer Land, personal experience, no issues with them. Same with I Am Ratchet. In fact, I Am Ratchet is the guy who I sent him a message the other day asking if he about a couple of figures, and he replied pretty much straight away, even with the time difference. So I don't know where you're from, but they're the big three in America. In the UK, as I say, I know I just recommend eBay because although they're getting more scarce, they're definitely getting more scarce. But I think again, it's just because more people are getting into it. We've had the crazy colours. Oh, you're in Canada, sorry, right. I know who to try. Oh, is it Collectible Kingdom? I think Collectible Kingdom is one of the shops in Canada, and they've got loads as well. In fact, I will leave a comment. If you leave a comment on the video, what shop was it in Canada? Let's see, I was going to say, if you leave a comment, not like in the chat now, an actual comment, I'll reply to you tomorrow because I've got a private message from them, because ironically enough, always got his hiss tank in as well. I got, what's the word I'm after? I got a private message from him today because they're selling some sealed G1 Canadian boxed figures actually. So he asked me if anybody was interested, and typically I've gone and forgot the name of his shop, but that was before I come live anyway, so it's nothing to do with that. But I will put it, if you write that question down as a comment, I'll leave the name of the shop, and I've seen their shop before. It's insanely good. Not been in there in person, but seen the photos. Hasbro at the moment, that his tank, everybody's just, who's got their Desaurus then? Who's going to depress me that they've got their Desaurus? Because it's out in Asia. My mate Neil Rockman in America's got his. He sent me images 2 days ago. 2 days ago he had his. Obviously there's reviews popping up everywhere, and we haven't got anything. We haven't got a sniff. Late February, if we're lucky, we're being told. Princeton's got his. I'm so unhappy. I'm pleased for you. Only troubles in Port Face. Which one's that for, Pete? Okay, thanks, Russ. I'll try and get that. I think that's the one, mate. I'm not 100% sure. If you Google them now while you're talking to me, and it comes up as a Canada address, then that will be them. But again, as I say, if it's not, then don't forget to just leave a comment on the video. Just put what's the name of that shop in Canada that you were on about, and I'll reply. Euro G2s, I suppose so. Yeah, I think he's from Canada though, buddy. So Euro G, they came out in Canada, didn't they? It was only America they didn't get them. Yeah, it was only America they didn't get the Euro G2s. They got them in Japan. It's crazy with Canadian box G1s. They created bidding wars on Facebook Marketplace. It's weird because it's one of them little, it's a niche, isn't it? It's just because it's a different box. I mean, I'm very guilty of buying a few of them, but some of the prices just go nuts. I've got a few, to be fair. I'm thinking about it now. I'm just looking around. I've got a couple of Insecticons, which are Canadian, to be honest, and just a few figures, because in the UK sometimes people just list them as normal figures, which of course they are. It's only the box that's different. So sometimes it's I go through phases of do I want them or do I not need them, because there's no real difference. They've just put the extra little box underneath with this name in a different language. So I might, it's not something on the top of the list, to be fair. And funnily enough, I'm compiling some top 10s because we're getting close to the end of the year. So I'm doing a few. I'm going to do some top 10s overall, some top 10s main release, top 10 figures I'm going to be on the hunt for next year. And then I think I've done a top 10 upgrades as well, and figures that I've already got that perhaps need an upgrade, or need, like, I've just realised I've got a loose strong arm. Is it strong arm, the mini Pretender, and I'm missing his backpack, and I don't know if I've lost that or if I ever had it, but I know I haven't got it, so I need to now upgrade that figure, which is going to be quite fun. It's going to be interesting. The biggest one, the hardest one I'm going to have to do is I've got to upgrade Minerva, because I'm lucky enough to have the head but the body of the car's missing the chest piece and stuff. So I've got a few things. Again, I've got a few little top 10 ideas of things to keep myself going as well. Most of the figures that I want nowadays, though, to be fair, are like e-hobby figures, but for some reason they've gone stupid as well. So I'm hanging back on the French Canadian that distinguishes the Canadian. Yes, that's literally all it is. You just get the dual language. If I could see one here right now that I could grab, I'm talking rubbish. I've got one right here. I need to be careful though because it's a sealed one. So yeah, it's just, yeah, there you go. There's Chop Shop. It's just the dual language. So you obviously got the English name, the Canadian at the bottom, and then of course on the back you've just got the dual language, and everywhere else on it it's dual language. That's literally it. You get dual languages, and of course you get some Canadians. Miracle Mart, there you go. This was $7.50 in Miracle Mart at some point. I thought I'd just opened it then by accident, but I haven't. I need to send that off and get a case for it. But yeah, that's the only that's the only definite distinguishable fact to my knowledge. I've been watching your older video, Vintage Reviews, helping me now. That's really nice, and I'm sorry, but I'm glad that you managed to find one. I think that's there's a lot of people here you'll see who are members who've been with this channel now pretty much since it started, and it's great having you guys here, and it's nice having everybody in it, to be fair, but they're basically just, I suppose, confirm what I started this up for that reason. I started it up to be a bit of an archive. I did attempt a second channel, but I just haven't got the time to do it, where I was just going to show the figures and show the accessories. But to be honest, I've done most of that on here, so my aim and goal eventually is to document and get a video on at least one video on every single figure that's been released in G1, which I started doing. I've started doing the variants versions as well. I've just done a video on just purely how to identify the mail away Optimus Prime from G1, but it's nice that you've used them, as I say, and you found them exactly that. You found them useful for yourself, and perhaps, as you said, gone on and bought a Skyhopper or anything like that. I used to get a load of stick at first for not transforming the figures, but for exactly the reasons that you've just said, I didn't want to, and I never really had. There's some figures that there's got to be some figures that are on my shelves now that I've never. That's a great idea, to be fair, Pete. Loads of people have said that, but I know a couple of people who've tried, and they've failed really badly, not miserably. They've got some, unfortunately, in the late, one of my, I say good friends, I never got to meet him, but a person who helped me out hugely with my collection was Bryce Rutledge, who unfortunately passed away last month. Real bad accident, unfortunately. His photos, he worked together with Brandon Yap, whose website is Heroic Decepticon, which is one that I used for myself. It was an inspiration for myself years and years ago, because he was heavily into the Japanese figures, and him and Brandon Yap and Brycey, they did a book, they did a Kickstarter and everything, and I put some money towards it, because everybody's got like the Mark Bellarmo books of the normal ones, but Mark Bellarmo's doesn't do, they've got the Japanese one, but they haven't got it like a Mark Bellarmo where it's got, this is the figure, this is all the accessories, this is whatever came on it, and they had a Kickstarter, and they had the money, they had it all the money was raised to release these books, and then it got squashed by Hasbro, I believe. They told me it was Hasbro who basically gave them a cease and desist, not to make it. So it's strange that Mark Bellarmo, and I don't know him either, so I'm hopefully not bad mouthing him, I'm just saying a fact. He's obviously got a few books out that have been released over the last 20-30 years perhaps, but then when Brycey and Brandon Yap tried to do it, they were basically told no, stop, and it was just exactly that. It was brilliant. It was just, there's the figure, here's a variant if there is one, this is the accessory. So it was brilliant because it had the entire Japanese G1 in as well. So like, some people don't realize that Metro Titan, although he's a Metroplex repaint, you know, he's got all the same pieces as Metroplex. Granted, they're all different colors, but he also came with a Micromaster and, you know, and a ramp, whereas most people wouldn't believe that. Yeah, that's it. Him and J.E. Alvarez, they're the two. That's it, Pete. You've got them there. And other little things that you wouldn't even think, that because, you know, they're just sort of the same figures. Yes, they've repainted them, but they're all different. Movie Megatron. Yeah, I watched an Asian YouTuber review. Oh, I see. I said this in the other video that I did. I don't know And I'm sure it's very frustrating for everybody in this who's chatting to me now, and for everybody who's not, who's watching this back later on, and indeed Hasbro themselves. It must really drive them mad how all over the place the distribution is at the moment, because it really is, not just with Deathsaurus but with everything. The biggest thing, again, people were commenting on one of the videos I did recently, that Cosmos is now $8 in a Ross store. And again, it's well documented that there's loads of them, loads of Cosmoses in Ross stores, which apparently is a discount store in the US, heavily discounted. Ask if you can do a license book. Maybe I should just do that. Maybe I should just say, can I work with you guys, and do it? That's a good idea. I've never thought of doing that, to be fair. I mean, I just know, as I say, the stories that I'd heard, that they just basically told them no straight off the bat, not at all. So perhaps, but then that goes back to what I was saying a minute ago, that I need to do some upgrading. I need to do some upgrading of some figures, because if they want to use the actual, product images that I've got, some of my figures, and you don't realize it when you collect. You just buy them and it's just, to get it. And then I've spent quite a few years upgrading. So, but there's a couple more that I definitely need to upgrade. And there's ones that I had and I thought were beautiful, like Jetfire. I can't believe how yellowed he's gone just from sitting in a room that's, I'm not lying, I've got a jumper on under here, it's freezing in here, there's no natural light, it's dark as anything, and he's completely discoloured. And it's so I need to upgrade a few figures, to be fair, if I was ever going to do that. And of course, get a proper camera. The phone serves its purpose, which is great. Or maybe if Hasbro wanted to get involved with it, they could send a photographer around and I'll just give them the figures and they can do all the proper photos. Who knows? Who knows? But that's a good idea, I suppose, especially because I've got the different variants, and especially because I've got, things like the other ones. Oh, damn, that went too fast. I need to reply to that. Did Pixel Dan? I must, he's used pictures from other. I suppose I could do that as well, couldn't I? I just need to reply to that question because it goes too fast when I'm on here. Right, where are we? I need to refresh that. Jetfire is the common offender he's really bad. Chuck is filling you, but yeah, exactly. Chuck's got some great photos as well. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. He'd obviously take some sort of cut, wouldn't he, at the some of the pictures. Right, here we go. First time I've been to catch a live stream. Discovered your channel through your Fans Hobby Hydra reviews and I've enjoyed. Thank you very much. That's really nice of you to say that, Derek. Especially because, if I'm being completely honest, that was my first Fans Hobby review of any figure, because I wasn't, mainly thanks to a lot of the guys who are in the chat right now. They sort of, I suppose, led me down the third-party alley. Now, a lot of the figures that you do see me review on the channel, I've got to confess, a lot of them have been lent to me, but I just appreciate the fact that I can review them. The main reason for that is, again, if you can probably tell that I'm running out of space completely, and that's why hasn't that worked? Oh, there you go. So all the figures that you see with me, that I acquire, if they're G1, I keep hold of them. And some of the newer figures as well, but unfortunately they're going, they're going into storage boxes just so I can save for reviews or maybe sell on in the future. But yeah, third party for me is a completely new alleyway for me, and it's interesting, to be fair. And I was really impressed with the Fans Hobby version, funnily enough, of the original one there. So because I love them figures. So, and funnily enough, Darkwing, I'm going to call him Darkwing, I can't think what they've called him, or Hydra, shall we call him? I'm going to call him Hydra. He's on the way, he's crossing the continent, whatever it is right now. So I've still got Hydra left, not Hydra, Buster, even though, as I say, it's Adams who's not in the chat, and he said I can keep hold of it for a bit longer so I can do the combining form of Dreadwings, which again I can't wait to do because I've got great memories of them from being a kid. But yes, Pete, you are one of the people who forced me, and I've got the New Age Ark to build as well, but at the moment I've got to finish the McAllister house from Home Alone, which took, that's fun. Right, what we need, half an hour more, and I'm going to do the thingy. Buster and Hydra Pathosis are Japanese versions of what you know as Dreadwind and Darkwing. So that's Buster and Hydra. This is the original release, and that's the best thing about Japanese figures. They did things like this. They gave us gift sets that we never had. So obviously you would have had Buster or Hydra in a different one. How far do you think Hasbro will retro reissue maybe? They'll just do whatever molds they've got. It's very simply what they've got. So yeah, so you'll have recognised these before. But yeah, so this was the Japanese paints of them. Yeah, I know you're referring to. I missed the. Oh, sorry. Right. So I was referring to, what's the word I'm after? Sorry. The fans hobby versions of them. Sorry, I forgot myself then as well. One of the comments was like they saw my review. Would you think G1 Megatron? No, never. I get asked that all the time. It's not going to happen because of the gun laws in America. Sounds like you need to look at Theo from Slimehouse. That's it. I mean, I love the addition of bits of red on it. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? I haven't got. If the extension that I need to build would fill the whole back garden, and I'm already taking the mick with having what I've got here. To be fair, so but he's ace. I love Theo Kane. He's great, and he did a really good job of showcasing this for me. Yes, they'll come up. Devastator, Astro Train, maybe Missing Link. Yeah, maybe, as I say, Takara will go down that alley. My problem is if they do a Devastator is anybody else here who saw my video of what's the word I'm on about, the Tonkanator figure, because the mold's just been used so often, it just falls, and even it falls apart, to be fair. And if you look at all the comments on that video, the assembling, I mean, it's got like a good 4,000 or 5,000 views on it, maybe more than that, to be fair. And it's just the assembling, which is obviously in an effect, it's the building of Devastator, and everybody's got the same issue, and it looks just like the mold's getting really tired, things like that. So if they did do a Devastator, hopefully it'd be in good nick, to be fair, because I was gutted because I thought it was a great idea. And again, I suppose the proof is in the pudding. In the UK, he is being sold now for less than a third, about a quarter. I mean, he was about £110 when he first came out in the UK. He's £29 now, £29 for it. 30 quid, yeah, that's it, 30 quid. And that's, as I say, that's just normal. If you've got one of them game cards, you get a discount. You get another, you get £3 off every time, whatever it is, with it. So some people are picking him up for exactly that, for £27, or if they've got your £5 voucher off when you brought something. So, and they can't sell them. They just can't sell them. You pick mine from the 29. I do have a modest 3-part collection. Most masterpiece companies do on me. Looking forward to Mastermind Ocular Max. That looks good, to be fair. That does look good. I've just done the Fans Toys Blaster. I was really impressed with that. I've got the 3 packs of tapes. Again, another channel member, bless him, Aaron Cummings. I hope he's watching this. He's just tried to send me a message on eBay because that's how he contacts me. But if he's watching, I got to say huge thank you to him. He's lent me so many figures as well to do, mainly quite a few. Black Zarek for 60. That's cheap. Wow, that's cheap. I saw him go for 70 in The Entertainer, but I never saw him go for 60. That's a crazy price. I'm still waiting for the Nemesis to drop. Nemesis dropped to, I think she's at 120 in demand at the moment, but I'm still not forking out £120 for her. She looks good, but a space. I'm looking in front of me right now thinking, where am I going to put her if I do get her? Because my Titan shelf is full. I saw him at 67, so 60 is a bargain. Wow, that's some really cheap prices. I didn't even see that. I suppose I could I'd have to move on my Mexican G1 though to fit her on, because I'm going to probably get Tidal Wave as well. So, and again, something's going to have to give somewhere. I'm thinking about taking all this down, putting some shelves here, because this has served its purpose as well. But it's crazy when I look at this on the bottom shelf. I've got Fall of Cybertron, the first ones from 2011, and I look at them and I think I can't understand that they're going to be 13 years old next year. And then on the next one above, I've got Thrilling 13, and all them are obviously going to be 10 years old. Well, some of them are already. They started Thrilling 30 in 2013, didn't they? And I look at these figures and I just think, how have they got that old so fast? It's crazy. So, and I've seen some shattered gold bits. Was tempted picking it up on top of a junk Scorponok. Oh, on the of the new Titan, I've not heard of any broken gold bits on the new Titan. Obviously, the original. My new Titan Black Zarek fell off the windowsill and he's still fine. And I'm really lucky, sometimes I'm really unlucky. It's not a Bruticus, it's the Bruticus mold. It's the Japanese G1 Battle Gaia. Did I get it right, Pete? Battle Gaia, which was a 1992 exclusive in Japan, same as the Guard City behind it. Do because you'll probably ask about him as well. And that was Guard City, same year, 92, Operation Combination in Japan. Perfect. Thank you, Pete. I'll tell you something funny. You'll laugh at this. So my mum, she's retired now, but my mum's job was a speech therapist. So there you go. But even she wouldn't have taught me Battle Gaia. She wouldn't have taught me Japanese. Yeah, them Japanese. That's another reason probably why I need to do a book. I know when I put him up in a video, I got loads of private messages. They're not even on the comments, but private messages from people just saying thanks ever so much for doing it, because the only pictures or the only thing they've ever seen of him was pictures. Nobody'd seen a video on him, so it was nice again to do that. It was nice to do that, to share it with you guys. That's why it's really, I know say it's really important, that sounds bad. That's why I say I always want to get across that it's important for me to thank you guys, especially the channel members, because every teeny little bit that comes in from the membership helps me source things like this. Following the, no idea, I've not spoke to Mark in a bit actually. I think it's really good though that they're listening to that. I think obviously if they've got the molds and then they're making them, I think it's brilliant, because as Fung Boys just pointed out, the Origins jazz has appeared on the website again, which is great. I don't know what they've got. I'd like to think that they perhaps still got all the molds from the War for Cybertron trilogy, because it's only been 5 years ago, if that. So you'd like to think that they've got them all. Yeah, the decals are different, and they encourage in the pictures of him, and in the pictures that I haven't got the box unfortunately, but in the pictures that I think they even call it a powered up mode, which is where it encourages you, like you can see, to put all the weapons on. And in fact, it's all coming back to me now when I did a video. There's a super fast running mode, which is where you put the land, so you'd put the tank and the Jeep on the floor, on the bottom, and then there's a fast flying one, I think, where you put the obviously I've forgotten the names in Japanese, but you put the flying vehicles on the arms, and these are different modes that apply to the characters. So there is like a battle mode, a super fast mode, and all that sort of stuff. But I need to do the whitening trick on him, unfortunately, because that should be white, but I'm too scared to do it, especially with this sort of figure, because if I do it wrong and it cracks and it shatters, the chances of me finding another one of these again are slim to none. So it's one of them cases where I don't know what to do with it. But it really does sound similar to what they did with RID U-Nation, basically what they did. Oh, okay, is that what they did then? See, don't know RID, but that's, obviously this was before, wasn't it? I still need to get the rest of my Bruticus molds down, actually, to be fair. Because it's such a great mold, isn't it? I've got a couple, as I say. I know I've got the G2 Bruticus. I think there's just one use of the mold that I'm missing, and I know we've discussed this before. No, because I'm not really going into them. Same with the original Macross. I've got one that I picked up just purely in a collection, but the one that I did hunt, I definitely hunted, was the jet with the Macross on the wing. I hunted for that one definitely, and I got that. I don't really go out of my way for Diaclone. The dark camo one, I've got that one. That's the one I've got, Pathosis. I've definitely got that one. Don't do it, it's a nice yeah, thanks Crackles. If I could get on, I've got the dark camo one, I've got the normal camo one, which I think is the normal Ruination. In fact, no, that's the one I haven't got. I've got all the different, the ones from RID where you've got the green and the red parts of all the vehicles. I've got, oh, that's another one that you love, isn't it, Pete? Yeah. And I've got the dark camo. I think it's just the standard camo now, I'm saying that I'm missing from the Bruticus mold reuses. But again, it's my own fault because they're upstairs. Windcharger, nice to have you on here, pal. I'm all right. I hope you are too. What was I saying? Again, I'm guilty of there's so many. I look around now and there's things that I've not shown on the channel that I've not got around to. There's a couple of figures when I do the unboxing. I'm sure it's the desert camo one. I don't think I have. I'll check. In fact, here we go. As long as it doesn't crash, please don't crash. Please don't crash because I can bring them up. 3 zeros, Macross. I'm sure that'll be good. Bruticus. TF Wiki. Let's bring up the use of the mold and I can show you which ones I've got. As I said, there's one. But everybody loves the Bruticus. And funny if I was just discussing obviously that with the Fall of Cybertron, weren't we? Where are we? Here we go. Earth Wars. More information on Bruticus. Right, wait a minute. So, no, this isn't going to give me the thing where I do the molds. Where is it? I thought it had it on somewhere here. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, yeah, here we go. Perfect. So, oh no, it's not got it. It's not got what I thought it was. Always wanted G1 Combaticons. Do you know what's really weird? I think about the G1 Combaticons that they never did. What was it? Ah, there you go, guys. So it's, let me see. I think it's, no, it's not. So there's all the ones. So I've got, so from that list, I've got, yeah, it is. I've got them top 4. And on the bottom line, I've got, I'm missing, yeah, it's definitely the desert camo one I'm missing. This one there, the universe. I've got them 2 there. So that's the ones that I want. But again, it's just something that I've not got round to do because there's too many. And again, I wanted to do a Bruticus shelf, but there's no space in here already. But you never know. As I say, I like Hope Bandai does Super Liner from Brave. I can see them doing some Brave figures soon, you know, to be fair. Because they're doing everything, aren't they? I haven't got Brave. To my knowledge, I haven't got any Brave figures anyway. I've not gone down that alley. Lots of the guys in the chat, though, they love the Diaclone and the original ones. But again, at the moment, they're just too crazy. Yeah, I think it's, how many did I just count? Is there 8 or 9? There's loads. Let's just count them again. So there was, right down the bottom, 2, 4, 6, yeah, 7 uses. And then, of course, you've got the Encore Bruticus as well. No, you don't, Pete. You haven't said that. I think you do, actually. Yeah, 7 uses of it. Bruticus 86, Battle Gaia 92, Generation 2 94, Car Robots Baldigus, I've got that one, in 2000. Robots in Disguise Ruination 2001, I've got that. Walmart exclusive Ruination, I've got that. It's the Transformers Universe Ruination. That's the one that I'm missing, and I know it definitely is for a fact because I've got one in my watch list on eBay, but again, it can stay there for a bit. It can definitely stay there for a bit. Bandai still doing awesome. There's too many Valkyries, allegedly as well. Oh no, what was I reading? I think you can do a Valkyrie, the gear walk with the new, what's it called? With the new Reactivate figures in comparison to a boxed Victory Saber that you own is about the same price. Not a chance. Box Victory Saber. Yeah, nowhere near. Box Diaclone, insane. Um, like they cost more than real cars. That's the Diaclone joke. To be fair, I mean the Spence. They don't have. I think you'd have to get boxed, wouldn't you? Unless it was different. If it was something like a Black Skids or something that was completely different, otherwise, it is just a Transformer. But if you're going to go for boxed, um, there's a couple of people in the chat here who'll confirm me with this. Pete saw it, Phil saw it, and a few people saw it. So Pathosis, there's oh, what's the set, Pete? Please correct me because I've forgotten. We've watched it twice on in a Japanese website, and it's gone for 35,000 British pounds, and that's before they add all the fees on. And that's for for 3 Diaclone cars, in a little gift set. 35,000 English pounds, which is I'm still waiting for your minting seal, but was one of them. Which combiner would you like to see Hasbro do next? DX Convoy. There you go. It's not the Goodbye Convoy, it's the DX Convoy set. That's it. And as I say, so that's nearly 50,000 USD. It's insane. The last two we've seen on the Japanese auction site sell for that much. So I'm never going to own one of them. Never. Unless I win the lottery, obviously. Which combiner would I like to see Hasbro do next? Here we go, Pete. Leo Kaiser. Ah, okay, that one. Yeah, it is. I think you're right, Pathosis. It definitely is. We've seen two on the Japanese auction sites, and insane. And that's obviously where they're. Yes, that's it. Red Mirage is worth its weight. Exactly. It's nuts, isn't it? And it's something that I know nothing about. I don't know. I just know obviously the different colours. But I definitely would like a powered convoy. It's the Diaclone Magnus with black sad swipe. That's the one. Deep cover and Dino as his red Mirage. He's Dino in the Dark of the Moon movie. Same as there's a couple of figures that someone else was asking me this not so long ago. That would be cool. Will you think I'll ever get them all? And of course I'll never get them all, as in the gift sets and things like that, because the VSX, because I've got the VSZ, the VSX set. I've seen 5 of them. Yeah, there is a KO. It's crazy, isn't it? The last 5 of them in the 22 years that I think we've been checking. What's the word I'm on about? They've gone for over 20k. So then I'm not seeing one of them anytime soon either, because it just doesn't happen. Some of the prices just go insane. You've just got to put your hand up and say, that's at the moment definitely where I am. Nowhere near. That's not where I am, should I say. In the future, if I decide to sell a few things, but then I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't want to sell, and I'd be too scared to touch it. Never mind do anything. But there's a few things out there. There's a huge sale going to go on Facebook soon. The Diaclone one. Whoever this particular collector is, he's decided to sell up completely, and he's got the fandom going nuts with his photos because he's selling his entire collection, and by the looks of it, he's got everything, and it all looks mint. He's going to make so much money, it's insane. He'll be able to buy, I don't know, buy a street, never mind a house. He's selling absolutely everything. I do sell quite a lot of my modern, to be fair, Pete. Now, the only ones that I tend to really keep, I keep the Generations one. I've got the Studio Series Rise of the Beast figures. They're all going to go. I'm just keeping them until early next year because Wheeljack's coming out and Scorponok, and that's the last ones they're doing. I've heard that as well. Phil. What was I saying? Yeah, they'll go next year because again, they're all in a box now anyway. I've not got them on a shelf. Same as like the Power Core combiners and stuff. I keep meaning to bring them down. I've had them for nearly 15 years now. 2010, so 14 years. And I've not even done one video on them all, and I've got them all in a box. I've got them sealed and I've got them all loose. So I need to, as soon as I do a video on them, I'll just sell the sealed ones and then probably sell the loose ones as well, to be fair. But again, it's finding time. If anybody if I was to write my daily thing down, it's crazy. A Diaclone Prime would be pretty neat for extensive Optus Prime collection, I think. I think so, yeah. I think I don't know if you've seen Pathosis, but I've got a red Sunstreaker. I've got two Dinobots. I've got a really battered and beaten up, and I'm gonna have to say it, Pete, so he's gonna laugh at me now. I've got the Blue Face Slag. I've got the Grimlock. Um, I need to do a video on this on the Slag actually, because Mateus Zacharias just sent it me. Don't get me wrong, it is a junker, but it still serves its purpose. It can just sit on the shelf. I'm trying to think of the other Diaclone one. I got a red Trax, but it's just loose, no accessories. I did actually hunt that one down. I wanted that one because it's a red Trax. And as I say, I've got a Valkyrie. Have I got a yellow side? No, I've not got a Tiger Track. Yeah, I've got the red Trax. I've got the red Trax, but it's not the MB. It's got this Corvette Stingray sticker on the front, so it's the actual Diaclone version. And as I say, I did actually hunt that for a Diaclone figure. That's one I actually hunted. Blue Hoist would be amazing. Haven't got it. Red Hoist, there's loads of them, isn't there? The Trailbreakers are the one that worth the most. Trailbreakers are worth an absolute fortune. I remember Matt Barrett when he had a little venture. Still not met him in person either, by the way. Another guy, but you brought loads of stuff up. If he ever went, he went into the Diaclone alleyway as well, and he was just like, "This is too expensive," so he sold it. The funny thing is, and I'm not going to mention any names, that I've got a guy who does have a collection, and he said that if ever he wants, if ever I do want any, then all I've got to do is ask, and if ever he does come to sell, obviously I've got first dibs, but not at the minute. Not at the minute. Too many things. I think what I definitely want to do is, I think I just want to make sure that I've got a boxed version of every single figure from G1, because I haven't yet. I've near enough. But the problem you've got is obviously a lot of the figures for G1, especially American versions, came out on cards. So all of the Combaticon limbs, all of the mini bots, cassettes, Micromasters, etc. They're all on cards. So most of them are most of them what's the word I'm after, you just can't get seal figures anymore, can you? So it's hard to do that. I mean, I'm lucky enough that I've got Tim Banerjee, who's amazing at his job. I saw it sell on the open market, went for 5,617,000 yen. What's that? Someone do a sum. What was I saying then? And even like the reseal figures, they sell for £100 plus for the mini bots. The resealed mini bots, some of them I've seen him sell on eBay, for like 180 quid, and it's just resealed. But I suppose if you say it like that, which I did, if you've got a really mint box, normal figure like one of these are the same. These go for just as much, and it's just the throttle bot, but it's just in a box. These sell for 100 plus, so I suppose why wouldn't a resealed mini bot go for that? So yeah, that's what I definitely want to be able to do. So to maybe to do a book, or to maybe do more videos just for exactly that. See, all of these, they're all being released in America. It's insane. Way before us over here. Way before us. Obviously, I think a lot of them are out in Canada, because I've done videos showing pictures from collectors who've had them in Canada, which is good, obviously. You own the world's law. I think I actually do. I don't know what it is about them. I think because I just had such fond memories of them as a kid, and when I started buying them, they were really cheap. I say they were really cheap. I brought a few of my mint on seal card G1 1987 ones. Yeah, that's it. As Phil's just said, I'll come to that in a second. So what Phil's just said there, if people wonder what channel membership is, as I say, we've got the Discord as well, which is where we've got most wanted and sightings. So we find things like that online, and we post it in a group, and then anybody obviously who wants it goes and bids on it. But with regards to what I was saying about the throttle bots, I paid like £28 for sealed ones when I first started going into finding them and buying them. I think for me it was one of the cheapest. I think that's why I did it. It was one of the cheapest way to get a sealed G1 figure by a Throttlebot, and then, as I say, you go down the rabbit hole and and I was really lucky when I found, I think I paid 40 for Goldbug, and like this goes for 250, £300 now, and I love it because it's Goldbug and I've got great memories of it, but there's a nice little box to it, but I'll answer that in 2 seconds, Princeton. It's just literally, that's it. No instructions, no leaflets, no flyers. You've got the instructions for the rub sign on the inside of the flap. You've got the instructions for the transformation process on the back. There is nothing with this. Sometimes, yeah, the only thing that obviously used to get a collector's card, which I haven't got, but, you know, nuts. 250 quid for a Throttlebot. Princeton's question. Not most of them I do. Most of them aren't mine. Most of the third-party figures that I've got are people like RJ's, Adams, and a couple of others. They lend me them. A few that I've got that I've kept. I think that's what I like about. I like the fact that you've got the boxes so you can store them and put them away. But sometimes I'll buy something like the Magic Square. Thankfully, no, I've got the Trailbreaker, but all the Magic Square figures, apart from the Bruticus, because they're not mine, they're other people's. That's why there's always two. I've just sold straight on because they've just drive me insane. It's not even fun. I couldn't, it takes too long. The Megatron, I just wanted to, I didn't want to do anything with it, but because I'd started the video, I thought, well, I've got to finish it. Hi everyone, been a long while since I was there. Wow, there we go. Nice to have you on here, buddy. Haven't seen or spoke to you since TF Nation, so great to have you jump on board just for a bit. So I suppose it depends if the figure annoys me, whether I keep it or not. I've got a few New Age. I've got loads of Doctor Wu. Pretty much keep all them. The Mechanic Studios, these Sandstorms, I absolutely loved, so I've kept hold of them because I thought they were great. And I've ordered the Dinobots box set and the Headmasters. They've got all the Headmasters of these being reissued. I think all 7 of them for $120 or something, so I've had to go with that because I thought they were fun. But no, a lot of the New Age ones aren't mine, and the Magic Square ones, when I get them, I tend to just sell them straight on because they drive me nuts. That's a good question though. What else has somebody asked? I think I might have missed because a load came in through. And the other thing as well is, for me, obviously, as I say, it's about the space. And I don't want to be one of these hypocrites where I get asked loads of collection advice, which sometimes still makes me laugh because I think, I like it. There you go. I like to see what I've got, and with the third party, because there is no shelf already. There's definitely no shelf. A lot of them are in boxes already and things, and I'd rather somebody else enjoy them, or I keep a few to pull out for a display. But yeah, a lot of them are just, I don't know, they're like the fans toys ones I've just been doing. They've been really good. I've been having fun with them. Anybody who doesn't know Alpha Prime, he is an incredible artist. Check out his Instagram. He also does commissions as well, so there you go. It's just ridiculously good. I appreciate artists in any way all the time, but especially ones who can just do things at the drop of a hat. His name is Alpha Prime on Instagram, and I think he's got a YouTube channel as well with the same. So if you see his name in the comments, or if you want to check out his work, definitely do that. I'm going to be hopefully meeting him again in person in March. I think you've got a collector's fair going on in Bolton. I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, buddy, but plug it on here definitely, because there's a lot of UK guys here. And I think I'm going to try and arrange a convoy to go up to see it. Talking of conventions or thingies, I'm really looking forward to thinking. I got Bumblebee Studio Series A6 Cup and Crank. That's a great price, Spider-Man. Well done. That's really good. What about the tidal wave and wheels reveals? Yeah, we've talked about that, buddy. They're all over TFW 2005, aren't they? I'll briefly show some pictures again if you want, pal. I'm probably lost all my talk now, so that's no good. Yeah, really, there's been some more ones since they've all been updated, Alfie, but you've probably seen them as well. They've just put up some others. Apparently there's actual pictures of the back of the box where you can see Bumblebee going into the back wheeljack, which I think is amazing. Oh, here we go, 25 seconds. I'm going to get ready for the wheel of names. Let's go back to this. Where is my thing? Right, guys, we are 1 hour in, so as usual, good luck, everybody. Good luck, channel members. This is your chance to win a deluxe figure of your choice. Bang. Here it goes. Let's see who it is. Oh, it just... No way, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. He's just popped in. That's crazy. So literally, Duke just missed out ever so slightly. Alpha Prime, I need to message you, pal. I owe you a figure. There you go. So I need to message you afterwards. That's insane. That means a lot. Yeah, we did multiple stay on the 30th March next year. I'll have my first ever table. There you go. That's insane. That's insane. He's never won anything. He's just jumped on and bang, there you go. Zooming in just to show you. There you go, Alpha. I'll chat to you after, matey. I'll send you some money on PayPal or something. You can go and pick a figure of your choice. Easier than me posting one to you, because then you can just go and pick it. That was a crazy. As if he just rocked on. Yeah, so what Alpha's just said there about Bolton. He's going to have his first table, which would be brilliant. What's Pathosis saying? We'll get an official Cybertronian Saner. But they've already done that mode, haven't they? They've already done the mode. You can have the lamppost mode in any of the legacy ones. You've just got to be able to, you just got to adjust it. It's definitely, they've definitely done it already. Why isn't this working? See? It's not all keeping up. And now I've lost the chat because I've left the page. They said it was an Easter egg mode, wasn't it? They said it's an Easter egg mode, and that's why they've done it. I think they might do a repaint. For me now, it'll be the NEC Toy Fair next year. I think I might do that. I mean, I'll see. I don't know if I'm going to do a table, or I don't know if I'm going to just rock up again, because I had so much fun at the last one going on a hunt, which was really good. Because that's what I really do enjoy. I love meeting people. I love chatting to everybody who comes and finds me on my stall or with everybody else. Did they do jazz for Studio Series 86 or for which one are we thinking? They did a Studio Series 86 jazz. Is that what we're talking about? Hopefully Candid Pathosis Origins jazz. They did an Origins jazz, but they've also done a Studio Series 86 one, which is here. The one they used the mould for the G2 colours as well, didn't they? Yes, they did do a jazz. Origins. Beginning of the year. It was beginning of the year, that one was. And they did Studio Series 86. They did the Origins jazz. I'm thinking I might be able to grab him just to recap Pathosis's memory, because he's only round there. I might go around and grab him in a minute if he's forgot. He's not in the UK though, buddy. Pathosis, isn't he? I'm sure he's not. I don't know if it's in Hasbro Pulse, the rest of the world, but I know it's not thingy. As he remembered, because if not, I can grab him. He's not too much out of the way. I don't mind grabbing him. It's normally when people ask me to go and grab a figure that's somewhere all the way over there, and I need to get my step ladder out to climb up and get it. I've got Knockout Gabriel in the chat shouting at me to transform all my figures either, which is quite nice. Apologies if you're watching this back later on, Gabriel, but you do come up with some crazy things. Telling me to, if you're unaware who, if you're unaware, Gabriel once sent me a request to completely reconfigure all of the Combiner Wars combiners. So basically put like the Bruticus ones on Menasor and do that with them all. And I think I've got 16, and I was like, I haven't got the time. And he got mad and was yelling at me, you need to do it, you need to do it. And I didn't, obviously, and nor have I got round to doing it. I don't mind. I'm pretty good, to be fair, with people ask me to do things. I do the measuring of the figures. I do size comparisons and stuff, but that one was just a little bit way too left field even for me, to be honest. I thought I've not got time to do that. So there we go. Sometimes I do get the mad ones. Do you have a figure you hate transforming? Ooh, that's a good question, actually. Only because I'm scared I'm going to break it. Funny enough, it's one of them again. It's all the ones I've just put behind me. I love, his name is, it's Hydra in Japan, but it's Darkwing in the UK. I love that, but I'm always scared that I'm going to break the ratchet with it. Any Magic Square figure also gets the answer to that. There's figures that I have trepidation of transforming, because I don't know if you saw the video of I'm sorry, I don't want to keep bringing him up, but the green helicopter on there, I just couldn't. I was so scared, really just scared. I think figures that are Japanese ones, and exactly like I said, ones that I'm not going to be able to find anywhere again. So I don't hate it. That's why, again, that's a lot of the reason why at the beginning of the channel, loads of my G1 videos, there's no transformation process in it, because just too scared that I was going to break them. In some cases I did. There's a few, thankfully, I'll say not thankfully, but well, yeah, thankfully a couple of them I got on video, and they're some of my highest watched videos, but they weren't. The Tetra Jets were, I agree with you, Spider-Man, but in the episode they weren't Tetra, they were pointy, whereas the Siege figures are just, they're not pointy. They're, you'll know what I mean if you watch the cartoon episode again. They're very, very pointy. What do I think is the most enjoyable to mess with? Do you know what? That's a good one as well. I know one that's really easy to mess with because it's been done so many times. Any one of the side swipe molds, but I really, really appreciate, and I'm just looking at, I can't see it now, but I love this the Cyclonus mold. I love the way that the nose just folds, completely cascades out. I don't really know, because I say I don't really get to. Don't really, great shots, great to play around with, yeah, but honestly, guys, I wish I had a chance to actually sit and play with them. I don't really, but there's nothing really that I get off a shelf and do, and I miss that. I miss the fact that I do that quite a bit. But I'd probably say, so to be fair, the Tetrajet molds are fun as well, because they're dead easy. You just fold the legs over. Seeker Jet, maybe the Seekers are the ones you just go backwards and forwards. Sunstorm or the other two in Siege. Yes, we didn't get love transforming Legacy Insecticons. They're just brilliant. They're just exactly the same as G1, aren't they? You can't go wrong with them. To be fair, they are fun. I like them not to be so simple. They're not. I like them to be simple but effective, because sometimes, like the Insecticons, they're brilliant. We've got Nacelle already, haven't we? I think that they can be fun, but not too blatantly obvious. Just like the G1, you just fold the legs out and there they are. It's nice that like with the leader class Grimlocks, I like them. They're fun. Then obviously you fold the this. In fact, the original, this is brilliant. This guy's legs. What would you see personally? Let's see. G1 triple changes. This guy's fun to fiddle with, and I'm not just doing it as a what's the word I'm doing, where I'm flexing or whatever. I broke Blaze 3 weeks ago. He's just crumbled his spark action. Oh no, yeah, exactly. You see, they just break. Whereas this guy, it's not overly complicated. It's fun. It's when I transformed him, even though in the video I was a bit scared, it's only because of how big and much racket he makes. He's robust. He's sturdy. And yeah, he's fun to mess around with, to be honest, because he's massive, and so Star Saber, the big Star Saber's fun to mess around with. Someone's just said, I don't know what it was. I need to check. Oh no, I've lost it. What did Alpha just say? Alpha just asked something. See, now I've lost it. Yeah, all the gimmicks in. I'd love. Oh, actually, it was what would I like Hasbro to do. I think everybody knows that I want them to do a land cross. I really want them to do. Yes, I've seen it. It's a red one. Bad influence, Pete. Transmetal Megatron had him for ages and not broken yet. Transmetal. Why can't I think what Transmetal Megatron looks like? Transmetal. Oh, the new one. Yes, the Great Big Dragon. That's fun. That's fun as well. Agreed. Not seen the original though. Not seen an original one at all. Perhaps might go onto it. Problem is, Pete, now other people are jumping on board the Brave thing and they're too expensive. Alpha said, what would... Oh, the Haslab. If I could have a Haslab, I don't know if it'd be a Haslab, but I would love for them to do, and you never know, because if they've just done one of him, I'm thinking about a proper and literally have it work as a real Pretender. So it'd be huge Thunderwing. If they could do a Thunderwing properly detailed, where you could get the great big jet, the inner jet turn into a robot, you know, have the outer shell more articulate, because obviously with them Pretenders, that they did that. Victor was so unique that because not only did the figures do your... Yeah, you're completely right, Pathosis. That's exactly why I love them. I went yeah, I went additional, that's it. I went completely left field, because I always say that I want Leo Kaiser or Landcross, you know, for a Haslab, or even Metro Titan. I'd love a Metro Titan, but I thought I'd go left field, because I don't think Desirus was a huge figure and a huge, like, you know, like obviously Unicron was massive and stuff, and I don't think, the thing that shocks people the most is that the Haslab Victory Saber is about 4 inches smaller than the original. It's tiny compared to the original. So you know, if you're thinking of a Haslab, I want it to be huge. I would love them, as I said, I'd love them to do like a proper Thunderwing, where again, fully articulate shell, really properly hide away the inner robot, which again was brilliant, because the inner robot had, you know, the 3 modes based in. He was the front of the jet, he was a robot, and he was a jet in his own right. So if they had the money from Haslab, and if they were doing it right, as in doing it really detailed, then I think Thunderwing would just be spectacular, to be fair. I'd really like to see a decent, really decent Thunderwing. Maybe even a Metal Hawk as well. Did you get the Yes, I did. I've got the Haslab Unicron. Yeah, I think I've got, as I say, apart from Nemesis, I've got all of Icy's jumped in as well, which is brilliant. Nice to have you too. What's the word I'm after? Yeah, I've got the Grand Max repaint of Fort Max as well, which was a Takara exclusive. My Titans, as I say, they're not looking too bad, to be fair. I just really need to... you can see the light on the Unicron's up there at the back, and they all just sort of fit on top of there, but they don't fit very well. I'm running out of space. Do you think it's cool, or are you in the group of people who have buyer's remorse after that fact? Do you mean... No, I'm really lucky with buyer's remorse. I've had seller's remorse, but that was more due to being ignorant as to what I was selling. No, not at all. I think it's incredible. There you go. There's a figure I don't like transforming. It's just incredible. It really is. And I think I know a lot of people who said the same thing. They're like, it's too expensive, and they didn't see the point in it, or they didn't see what it was. But then they've come and they've seen either mine in person, or they've seen another one's, another person's of it in person, and they were just like, wow. There you go. I mean, as I say, Phil, unfortunately, I don't think you've seen it fully in his glory since you came around mine and we got him out. I think it's just incredible. Are there smaller parts to combine with Megatron? Which one's that? I don't know what that means. So you have to do a full inventory for your insurance. Pretty much, yeah. I just come at you with a figure for my insurance, but because the inventory changes quite a bit, I'm still trying to do it properly. I think he means tidal wave. Does he mean tidal wave? I don't know, because I was thinking There's no combining parts to Megatron. But no, what about you? You've got him as well, I presume Pathosis. I've seen them going. What have you missed, Icy? We've talked about Origins Wheeljack and Tidal Wave, but it looks like we're talking about Tidal Wave again. It is why I was asking, was curious what you think. We've just talked literally about figures again completely. No, not for me. You don't have one. No, I think if you see one in person, again, I'm trying to. What's the biggest figure you've got, Pathosis? What's the biggest figure you've got, so I can try and put it into context as just to how big he is. I could show you now. Yeah, it took two of us to transform him. His wingspan. I say his wingspan. You know, the things coming off his shoulder. So Fort and Brave Max. Are they well? Not they're about the same size, aren't they? So what? Unicron is 6 inches bigger. So that gives you an idea, but that's just in height. He weighs £30 in weight, so just under 15 kilos. That's not including the stand. As Phil said, it took two people well over an hour, me and him, and I wouldn't say we're Transformers experts, but I would say we're seasoned in transforming various figures, and this was before I got into third party, but Phil's always been into third party, and it still took us well over an hour for two of us. Because it sounds quite funny, but it's like what I would think in my head of like when two people are operating on someone, like in a hospital bed, you've got him down and there's one person grabbing. Yeah, it's insane. I wish I could like pick him off there now and just show you him, and even, but he wouldn't fit here. The span of him, he wouldn't fit here with the things coming out of the top of his shoulders. It's something stupid like nearly 40 inches from how wide they go. I had a picture with my little boy. He was a little boy at the time, even though it was only three and a half years ago. Well, he's only 7 now. No, he's not. He's 8 now. Yes, he's 8 now. So at the time he was 4 or 5, whatever it was, and he was bigger than him. So it's just insane. The wife and I run a retro toy store. It's constant seller's remorse. It's pain. Yeah. I've heard about that. To be fair, I've sold the things that I've sold is back in the day is things that I didn't know what I was selling, and I've realised now, and I totally get that. I've had bad experiences with seller's remorse where people have sold me things and then they've begged me to send them back a couple of times, but that's all done and dusted. So I've had a few things, to be fair. Gigawatts. Do you know what? I think you're right. Spider-Man, that is probably the only one that I want to now purchase again. I think you've just nailed it, to be fair. Yeah. That's probably the only one. Because I stupidly now have got all the rest, and I've got all the other side swipe molds, and I just sold that for I don't even know what I did, because I think I was looking at it thinking, stupidly obviously, well, there's no place for him here. He's one of a kind. Don't really need him. And then obviously since then, X-Men, 2 Jurassic Parks, Balvintron, Stranger Things, loads of them. Somebody swapped a loose Sunstreaker for a complete. That's insane. Who did that? I want to meet him. That's nuts. Can't remember who it is. So no, that's the only one I definitely got. I've not sold enough. Whether I get Brandon Kirk's in the chat. He's got a channel now, because I keep supplying it, bless him. But if you've watched, he loves the movie figures. The movie figures I always brought with the intention to sell on, and I've pretty much done that now. To him, he's had so many off me, and most of the channel members, like Tyler and all that, they've had a load off me. Whoa, that went fast. I can't keep up with that. And got him Gigawatt Electrotron. He loves them. There you go. That's perfect. Yeah, I think I will get him again if he comes down in price, but he's doubled at the moment. And I've sold some like really rare movie figures to him, like the Dark of the Moon, Sound Waves, Leadfoot's Q. I sold that gold Bumblebee. The the battle, whatever it was, Bumblebee, not the ultimate Bumblebee. There was a really rare gold plated one from, I think it was just a standalone one. I sold that on eBay probably this time last year actually. Maybe I'll regret that because I searched for it for ages when I had it. But a lot of the things with the movie figures, because I haven't got that emotional attachment to it, I've not got it yet. And it's quite funny because I know some people might say, well, you never played with the Japanese ones when you were younger, and I didn't, because I didn't even know they existed. But I just think there's something really special, and I'm looking at them right now. I sold mine by mistake. That's one of the ones I definitely sold by mistake, Funboy. Like I look at like Raiden now, and I never owned him as a kid, but there's just something really special about him. So for me, it's weird. Nothing yet. I'm saying nothing yet, and I'm obviously tempting huge amounts of fate when I say that. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully not too much, because no, everything else, unfortunately, as I say, is in a basket somewhere yet. I may in the future, but I don't think at the moment. I think already, as I've discussed with numerous people in this chat and numerous people not, that at the moment the problem that we've got is that Hasbro are churning out so many figures and New Age and everybody that it's A, you can't keep up, and B, if you do keep up, what do you do with them? And as I say, that's some of the decisions that I've had to make with putting some in boxes. I've just managed to find the majority of the 2010 generations, the first start of the generations toy line. There was a couple I was missing, and stupidly as it sounds, I found it cheaper to find a sealed example, which I'm going to open, than it was to get a loose, because I think a lot of people have got the same idea, or had the same idea, that by the time that it got to 2010, most people would know that figures are worth a lot of money. So I've managed to pick up, like, as soon as he's Rise of the Beast Prime, and he's a pretty good figure. Oh, fantastic. Yes, he is a good figure, to be fair. Not amazing. You see, you're doing the same, Pete. You're saying you need to doubt. I still need to definitely speak to you. And I know I'm not fobbing you off. It's just getting around to do it. I will have that one off you, definitely. It's, what was I saying before then? I can't think. Just say, yeah, you can't keep up, can't do it anyhow. So something sooner or later has got to go. I've got bags upstairs in the loft above me of figures that I brought to do a review on, and then because I want to do first impressions on it, it's like I've still got some War for Cyber. I've got about 6 Earthrise figures still in the boxes that I've not even opened, because they just fell behind in the pecking order for reviews, because something happened, or I went away, or they did something amazing. It is nuts, and as I say, something's just, and as I said now about the figures, I've got piles of them building up, and sometimes it's got to the point where it's like, right, I've completely missed the boat with this, and then I might sell it on then, because it's completely gone and I've got no other space for my War for Cybertron stuff anyway. I've got like a couple of the Generation Selects, like Hot House or whatever it is. It's in a box. I've got the Metropolis, the Countdown set. I've not even opened it. I brought that. I can't even remember when, and I've not even got around, because even if I do unbox it, I'm looking at it now thinking, where's it going to go? I've got nowhere for it to go. And that's because I pick things up cheap all the time. I'm awful for going on eBay on a Sunday afternoon and just typing in Transformers, or Transformers spelt wrong, Transformers, or Transformers, or things like that. And you'll be so surprised what you pick up. It's crazy. There's some tips for you there. Even though Transformer is the Italian word, so you find loads of Italian figures then as well. But no, that's good. As I say, it's interesting to see that somebody else has got regrets selling Mexican figures, because they're the ones that I have. But that's because I didn't know what they were. So perhaps I need to do that as well. Attached with, that's what I mean. I need to, if you ever come over for holiday, look us up, World Class Beach. 2 minutes, see, look at that, World Class Beach, 2 minutes from the store. That's not fair, Crackles. You can't come on here saying that to us in the UK right now, and it's -1 outside, and I've got a t-shirt, a jumper and a t-shirt on to keep warm to do this. I love it though. It's not fair. It's good. I do need to start. I keep saying, I mean, if only I could go to the one next year, TFCon in March next year, because everybody's there. Everybody's there. Frank Welker was confirmed 2 days ago as well. So not only have they got Peter Cullen, they've got Frank Welker as well. Obviously Bumblebee, is it Dan Gilsmore, whatever his name is, and just an abundance of others. I think that's going to be one crazy event, but it's too soon. It's too soon. It's too good. In the future, I'm definitely going to go over 28 degrees. Thanks for that. We're lucky if we get that for 4 days a year. No, I think this year we had it for a little bit, but nothing crazy. We had a really crazy heat wave for a few days and then it just went down. 28 is perfect for me. I don't like it much. I went last year for a day. I'll probably go ahead. Saturn Tivcon, sunshine, coast crackles. It's not fair, is it? But to be fair, the ones in the UK are growing. As I say, there's the smaller one, which I'm very proud to say that I'm going to be on the panel for in May this year. So if any of you are in the UK, or any of you, yeah, if you're in the UK in May, on May the 11th, I'm doing a panel, a Q&A. I don't know what they've got, what else they've got lined up for me. I said I'm quite happy to do whatever you know. I'll do a Q&A. I've even offered to take some figures down, so I'm going to take some figures down as well. Ready to send the legacy friendship to them. Thanks very much, Fungboy. That's great. TF Nation is great. TF Con is the best thing about TF Con is that this is only its 3rd year. I know for a fact already that they've sold more tickets for this one than they did the previous ones. And I suppose what's really nice about that is I've been able to see it grow, which is really great. And then the fact that I've been asked to be a part of it, obviously I'm really proud of as well. And you know, Chris McFeely's there. Chris McFeely is amazing. You know, some people, I think his Transformers the Facts is great. As an actual human being, as a person as well, he's lovely. Even in All Hey Russ, is there much of a dealer room? It's not too. It's okay, Simon. It's not huge. But again, I know it's going to be bigger this year. I know it's going to be bigger because I've been speaking to the guys, obviously, who are arranging it all, Primetime Toys, and he said, well, this makes me sound terrible now, but he says, since they found out that I'm going to be there, he's had 2 other vendors call up and say that they want to have stores there as well. So that's really nice. The dealer room in TF Nation's just insane, though. The dealer room in TF Nation's nuts. I think that's purely due to how many people are there, though, so it's hard to get over. So, but it's going to be bigger this year, and as I say, that's what I was saying. The nice thing about it is more low-key. I like the fact that you actually get an opportunity to speak to people. Like I spoke to Ben's Collectibles, loads there in the last 2. And as I say, Chris McFeely, bless him, he just sat there. Me and him just sat there chatting for like well over an hour and a half, whatever. And then before we'd realised the recess or the break or whatever that they had to go and get food or to go and do whatever you want was over, and I felt really bad because he was just sitting there chatting to me and he hadn't even been to get any food, and it was his turn on the panel as well. So there's going to be quite a bit. Obviously, all I'd suggest, Simon, is keeping your eye on the updates via Primetime Toys and via this channel, because as we get closer to it, I'm going to be doing exactly that, more updates. Going to start the poll, of course, of the figures that people want me to take. So that's going to be interesting to see what people want me to take with them, because it's nice to see that. And Graham commented on that. He's one of the guys who's organising it. When he came here, because he came here to physically meet me and ask me, which was really nice, rather than just send a text or whatever. And he's from like Newcastle upon Tyne, which is a good 4 hours away from where I am. And he came down, bless him. Yeah, exactly. You see, I remember Fungo. I remember your face, because ironically enough, that's where I met him. We came in together, and I'd never met him before. We just sat there chatting. TF Con, like I've never been one because I'm in Australia. It's just a convention, buddy. It's just a small. It's just Transformers Convention. That's just what it stands for. What was I saying? Can't think. But yeah, that's it. Graham, he saw my Brave Max and not Brave Max, Grand Max, and went nuts. Would you want to see Headmasters in the live action movies? Also, would it be fun to see? Yes, I'd love to see Headmasters in the movie, but I don't know if they'd be able to do it live action. They just need to do a really decent animated one again, even if they just redid all of, was it season 3? Or no, season 4, wasn't it? Season 4. I'd love to go meet the voice cast so much. Well, the good thing, Spider-Man, the one in the UK, like TF Con, um, they've had, what's his name, Simon Furman there for the last 2 years, and it's really nice to speak to him. They've had Andrew Wildman and all that stuff. It's no, it's TF UK Con, this one, but yeah, there's loads of them. There's loads of them. There's TF Con in Canada, there's TF Con in America, and the one in the UK is called TF UK Con. I don't know if that's due to copyright or maybe because it's really obvious that it's just because this one's in the UK. I think anybody who wants to do a Transformers convention, just put that in front of it. There's one in, it's the big one in Orlando in March. They did have one in Canada. They have them dotted out in the year in different places, but this one's in Birmingham. It's ironic actually that there's this in Birmingham and TF Nations in Birmingham. I find that quite crazy, to be fair. There was a small one actually. There was a small one in Manchester this year which I didn't make it to because the tickets had sold out. Otherwise, I'd have gone. So it must have been really small. But it's just a great place to go and meet like-minded people. To be fair, exactly what I'm doing right now is what I'll do there. People just come up to me, we just chat, we just talk about toys. I usually buying something or finding something or being asked something. And I suppose you've nailed it there, to be fair. It is easy, it's easy access. Either way. Are you going to come to the UK one? Fungboy, you coming to the one in Birmingham in May? I know that I said there's quite a few people. Phil said he's going to try and come as well. I don't know who else is in the chat from the UK. Pete, I don't know if you're going to come. Might pop down. It's worth a nose anyway. Just that's where I got that book from Andrew Wildman this year. That book's amazing. And again, they'll do maybe Alpha. You should come down and, as I say, have a chat with them, the comic guys, because they're there and you can just chat to them, and they do, and the artist as well. You know, the guy who do the inks, they just do them for you. Okay. They haven't put a thing up for TF Nation, have they? I'm not too sure. I'll probably go to that one. I've said that I might try. I think I might do. Oh, there you go, Scopes. I remember back in the day when Auto Assembly. That was it. Yeah, Auto Assembly was the big one. Now it's TF Nation. How much are tickets? I'm not too sure, so you'll have to check. I think he's got a special offer on at the moment. But as I say, I know for a fact they've got Chris McFeely speaking there. I'm speaking there. They've got, so I can't think. I'm really bad actually. I need to check the Facebook page. They've got Simon Furman there. They've got a video link with Bob Budiansky, which will be great. There you go. Thanks, Pete. They've got a video link with Bob Budiansky, which will be good. And there's a few others actually. I'm sure they are. Yeah, definitely. I'm tempted to the TF UK Con. Want to take my kids 10 and 8, but I think I'm not just saying this because I'm at the TF UK Con. TF Nation is too much. I didn't take mine for exactly that reason. It's just nuts. It's too busy. It's just mental, and it's really expensive. I think, to be fair, it is really expensive. And I didn't get to see many of the things because a lot of the viewing rooms, as I say, were totally full. But I don't know, maybe try the smaller TF UK Con first, see how they go, and then maybe next year or whatever. I don't know. I would, but I know a lot of people. Some people didn't even turn up because they'd seen the videos and they'd seen. Just they were a bit overwhelmed just how busy it was, how crazy it was, and I always try and get I always trying to, what's the word I'm after, try to I suppose show that, do it justice or whatever. But it's insane. It's fun. I can't say it's not fun because I've enjoyed both times I've been, and I will go this year. But I tend, I'm now going to be going for, purely because it's sort of part of a job now that I do, as weird as that sounds, but it is. But like, I feel that you guys would appreciate as well if I did, like, like do that more, reporting on it, do actual proper, rather than just running around like a lunatic for 4 or 5 hours on a Saturday, because that's all you actually get time to do. It'd be nice to go and spend the entire weekend there and do a bit more. I mean, that's how I met, as I say, Dr. Lockdown and everything and all that. And that's why I was in it. I did a little segment for him for one of his videos the other day. To be fair, he's put that live. He was really nice. That toy guy, the Canadian, brilliant, really nice, such a nice guy. I shouldn't say much more about that at the moment. That's something for you guys to speculate on until it happens. But yeah, just I suppose it's just good just to meet up with people. That's the thing. Meet up with people, have a chat. Oh, you've seen it. There you go. Then I haven't managed to watch it all. It's 4 hours, isn't it? So, what minute? Actually, do me a favor, Spider-Man. Can you remember what sort of minute my segment was? Just in case anybody wants to watch it, I can let people know. I wanted to do mine slightly differently, and I think you can tell that I did do mine slightly differently to everybody else's. Not just because I've only got this camera and all that, but because, no disrespect to any of his things, I'm pretty sure I was the oldest, wasn't I? I don't know. I think I was the oldest on it. So I wanted to do a different take. I wanted to do the fact that this is why I got this, because it reminds me. I mean, whereas I know a lot of the segments that people put on it, which is completely true. The engineering's amazing. This is great. It's great for this. It's great for that. But mine was more. This is about nostalgia. This is about me seeing a figure that, when I had it as a kid, was a brick. Where I was like, now, whoa, look at this. This is incredible. And that was what it was. That's the other. I like to do. That's the other thing. Again, it's same as this, and not rehearsed. There's no questions here. There's nothing. I've got my drink. I just go with the flow with this, and that's what I do with them, which is that's what all my videos are. In fact, there's a brilliant example. There you go, around it. In fact, it's embarrassing, but I kept it in. I was doing the blaster video just before this, the fans toys one. Because my workstation, my review station is much smaller, I knocked the whole back of it down. I knocked 2 figures over, and I'm even just talking through the video going, oh, I should probably stop the video now because that's too much. In fact, no, I'll just keep going because nothing's, and I just keep it going. It just actually goes. That's it. Loose Stringer's there as well. He did Combat Colin and that. He's definitely there. I like to just be off the cuff, and I think that's a lot of the reason why a lot of people say that they like this channel, because I don't want to be rehearsed. Sometimes I think maybe you've got to be, but I haven't had to have a situation yet where I've ever got to sit there and make notes and do this, etc. Not that I'm saying I never will do that, because you never know. But exactly like you've just put, it was natural. It was literally that. I was saying to him, can I do it like this? Because I've seen what you've got already, and I pre-warned him. I was like, because in the instructions that he gave me, you need to let me know what background music you're going to be having. You need to let me know. I was like, I've got no background music. Night, Princeton. Thank you very much for jumping on, bud. It was really nice to have you. Thanks very much again. I was like, I've got no background music. I've got no special effects. I'm borderline only just got editing, but I'm not going to need it because I'm going to do it in one take. And he was like, oh, okay then. Go for it. So that's what I did, and I'm glad that it worked out all right. And as I say, I hope it doesn't stick out. I've only seen some of them. I've not watched all of it yet. I hope it doesn't stick out too much like a sore thumb. But like I was saying, I think I'm probably the oldest on it. I've been asked this loads. Now the problem with that, I see, is that we live in the UK, and the shipping and import for that will be insane. And if I did get it, I'd probably just sell it straight on because I wouldn't know where to put it. It literally wouldn't fit here. It wouldn't even fit. It'd have to go in the attic, and I think that's a waste. But again, never say never. Never say never, because I don't like, because you just don't know. I might end up getting it because I like giant figures. Saying that, I would love to see Fans Toys Fort Max as well. I didn't buy their head. I didn't buy Cerebros. I know that loads of people are speculating whether or not it'll ever get released. I don't know. I can't answer for that, but I think we're getting to the realms of silly money now. No, there's another one, Pete. There's the one by I can't think who it's by, but there's a 4-foot one coming out. I've done videos on it, and it is pretty much. I think it's up for pre-order on Shows E. To be fair, it's ridiculous. It's 4 foot. I don't have a lot of room, but I will get it still. I can't think of what it's called. I keep wanting to say Siang, but it's not that, because that's the legend scale one, the Siang one. I can't think. If you Google 4-foot Metroplex, it turns up everywhere because it looks really good. It looks really good. What I like about it as well. Oh, it looks good, and it looks easy to transform. There's transformation videos up there. There's a few things. It looks, yeah, it looks exactly that. It looks fun, but again, I look around in here, and I'm already thinking, like I've just said earlier on in the video, I've got no room to put Nemesis, the Titan, or Tidal Wave, let alone, I couldn't even put a 4-foot. It wouldn't even fit on top of there, so I'd have to. Announcements for the next reveal now. There. No, that's really interesting. I thought they were going to. I thought that they'd alluded. They definitely said to me in my video that you've all seen, I presume, and I'm sure they confirmed it in Sixo's video as well, that they would let us know what the new Haslab would be. Because everybody's guessing Primus. I'm guessing Primus, but I'm thinking that maybe due to the complications that they've had with the UK deliveries, that they might be holding back. Because they may feel that there might be a bit of a backlash because people might be thinking exactly that. I mean, we're not getting it for ages. They just said related to Omega. Oh, okay. So it's related. But we've got Omega Supreme and we've got Guardian. So is there something? I don't know. Is it some... You must have got that. Maybe it's Omega Prime then. There are 2 different 4-foot mesh. But there you go then. There's a couple already. There's loads coming out. Who's Omega Prime could be interesting if they do. It's their 40th year anniversary. So talking about giant figures, I'm really tempted again just to do a review and then sell on because he's on Show Z for reorder, and a different one. What's the word I'm after? The Lewin one. The Lewin Optimus Prime, which I know it's a KO of the MP10, but again, I saw one of them in hand at TF UK Con. Actually, Ben Williams was selling his whatever he's called, Ben's Collectibles, and to see one of them in hand was really impressive. So that's a giant figure. I don't know. There's too many figures. There's loads to go through. Omega Prime could be, no, it's not going to be a Titan. It could be a Haslab, but who knows? I want the Haslabs to be huge, though. I know they're going to cost a lot of money, but I want the Haslab to be huge. As I say, Victory Saber is a great figure, but I don't think it deserves to be Haslab. Maybe if they'd have done it like premium or whatever. I can't comment on thinking. Like Toys, you're right. That's it. That's the one. You're definitely right, Crackles. That's the one. Definitely Like Toys. Like Toys Metroplex. That's the one I've seen videos on. That's the one I know about. They haven't said exactly, Alpha. They've been teasing us. They did say that they'd announce it, but I know they're doing another live stream soon. I wanted Leo Kaiser. I know they said they're not doing. Yeah, I do as well. I definitely do as well. They're doing another live stream soon, and they're going to be picking their top favorite figures. Which one's the masterpiece? No, I haven't got it yet. I think I've got it on pre-order somewhere. I need to check it, but again, no, I don't think so. I've got it on pre-order, but that'll be one that I'll buy and sell, definitely. I like the Bone Crusher character, to be fair. I don't mind. I like that scene when they're going down the highway smashing it up. But I've not heard of any QC either, to be fair. But again, it's crazy because I think that it's just how some people have it so much earlier, and this is being actually released, not God, I wasn't imagining it. There you go. I wonder what it is then. Well, as I say, they're definitely going to do. They said they're going to do another stream. I think that they say the 17th. That'll be a Thursday, though, won't it? Maybe on the 15th then, because I know they're going to do one. Nah, they can't do an Omega Supreme because we've got Omega Supreme and we've got Guardian. There's not another one. There's not even another one, is there? I know there's the original version, the Diaclone colours, etc., but I can't see them doing that unless it's Omega Supreme. That'd be amazing. A Haslab Omega Supreme. The thing that like literally took 4 steps to transform, they turn into a Haslab. That'd be really ridiculous, but it'd be fun. Only if Energon Prime is being done. Omega Prime from TF Energon. It's got to be that, hasn't it? Is it Energon's 20-year anniversary as well? So that could tie in quite well because they've got Transformers 40th anniversary and Energon's 20th anniversary. So maybe they would do that. I don't know. I don't know. Good ideas, everybody. Anyway, all right, what we got? We're on an hour and 5 minutes, so we'll go another 15 minutes because I appreciate the UK guys that I'm a bit later than normal. And again, I've got my little boy's football game tomorrow morning, so I'm already going to be tired. So 15 minutes more, but I'll do another one of these soon, to be fair, because these are fun. And maybe I need to do more interviews, to be fair, guys. What would you like me to do more interviews, perhaps with YouTubers or perhaps with collectors? Or don't say Hasbro, because that doesn't happen that often super easily, because I like doing these things. And I was thinking that maybe if I was going to do an interview with somebody, I could do it like a premiere. Or would people like me to do, I'm flagging, I went out for drinks last night. Yeah, exactly. I didn't go out for drinks, but I've got my little boy's football in the morning. I was thinking of doing, yes, I should interview you, Pete. I don't mind. That's a good idea. We'll sort it out. We'll have a practice on StreamYard. And then what we could do is, if I premiere it, then I can be in the live chat live with you all. And I think that would be quite interesting, actually, because I haven't done that since Bots at Home, which was obviously 2 years ago. Mix it up. Why not throw up some polls too? That's a good idea. That is a good idea. Do some polls. As I said, I've got loads of top 10s coming up soon, so I've mixed it up completely anyway. There's a few people I know who've already replied when I said I'd interview them ages ago, but I'm getting used to using StreamYard. It's tough with just a mobile, so maybe I do need to, as I say, just to bite the bullet and go and buy a laptop of some sort, maybe a Mac or whatever. Yeah, the polls are good, to be fair, aren't they? Maybe I should do that, because as I said, I've got an abundance of figures. Maybe I should do so. I can interview you, Alpha. Again, you're amazing. You've got some great stuff to showcase as well. I think I should do, to be fair, even like what Vault of Icon did, and like just interview collectors, etc. I was supposed to start doing thingy on tour, but my life's just too mental. I was going to start going around people's houses, like collect other collectors as well, but that's just not come to fruition. Maybe when the youngest one's a little bit older and it's not so much of a burden leaving the missus at home. You and more YouTube collabs would be good. Haven't got to your bit. Yeah, it was a good idea of his, to be fair. I've got a couple of things like that in the pipeline, and I think I should perhaps do that. But I don't. You see, now because I've done 2 already. One of there's a one coming out very soon as well that I've done recently, and I've done that one. Obviously, that went live this week, so I don't want to just look like I'm jumping on the bandwagon and copying everybody. However, you never know, when I hit like a certain number or something substantial, I might do that anyway. But I think definitely getting people, Duke will get that. Was it maybe when? Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I love Ultramarcus. Honestly, I keep trying to get to meet up with him, but for whatever reason, something just keeps getting in the way. And I even said to him years ago when he first started, because the best thing about me and Ultramarcus is, even though we've never met in person, we both seem to get on really well. And funnily enough, he started his channel, I think, the same as me. We both started it exactly the same time. Yeah, he is usually on it. He was in the chat earlier. He was in it. He was definitely in the chat earlier, and he said hello to Phil, and he said hello to a few people. But yeah, we started our channels at the same time. We've chatted loads. I started doing a few things like when I was jumping on other people's, like I went on Kato's with him. Well, sorry, I went on Kato's, then he went on it, and then we both were on one of Inputs, and then we did a couple of other things, and it's just like we never really got round to doing it. And as I said, I even said to him like years back, I was like, I'll do a voice for you thing, and I think he thought I was joking. He's Witcher Snapdragon. Or is that what he's saying? He's Snapdragon. And then we didn't. Sorry, I thought you were. I was like, that's the bit with his. But again, I've just not got around to doing it. I think whether he thinks or not, I was joking, but I wasn't. I was deadly serious. I'd like to do one. I even said if you wanted, again, if you wanted to borrow a crazy figure, just as a cameo, a Star Saber or something, I said, just let me know. You can borrow whatever you want. So I will do that again. I will message him after this and say, I've got a random idea. Would you like a cameo? And I could be like one of my random Japanese figures or something in one of his videos. It's got an itch. That'd be quite funny, actually. It's a good idea because yeah, he's a great guy, and I really do like his stuff. I think he's got again, like an artist, exactly like Alpha Prime. Anybody who's got the time to sit down and either draw something or move something a fraction of an inch, take a picture, a fraction of an inch, and then do that is mind blowing to me, to be fair. So yeah, good idea. I will message Ultra Marcus after this. Yes, I'm going to do that. Perfect idea. I think there's a few others as well. Maybe I'd like to go back, have a chat with Patriot. I've said to Patriot Prime we should do something else again. I've not got round. Rodimus Primal said I'd do something with him. Not got round to speaking to him either. I suppose it is Christmas and we're all just really busy. TF Fan Geek as well. Speak to him quite a bit. And TF Fan Page, etc. Diamond Bolt, I would love to do something with him, but unfortunately I don't have any of his, I suppose, personal. Thanks for jumping in, Icy, really appreciate it. Personal things, I've left a couple of messages and a couple of comments on his video. That's banging. That Pete, I've tried so many times with Graham, bless him, but it's just never worked. He's always been busy, or I've always been busy. It's just not worked. I keep trying. Me and Graham have arranged loads of things, and it's just not happened. Going back to the Diamond Bolt, because I've got his, his social media, but I haven't got the ones like direct to him. I left messages on his videos, etc., and it's just not. I don't know. He's incredible. I mean, look how many subs he's got. He's got hundreds of thousands, so he probably doesn't get a chance to answer them all anyway. I got to meet him in person at TF Nation, which was brilliant, and say thank you to him for obviously just even mentioning me, and it was really nice of him to do that. I don't know if he said he's doing a big year because he was filming stuff at TF Nation that he's going to put in an end of year video as well. So whether I'm on that one as well, I don't know. But yeah, I'd love to do. And as a thank you to him, to be fair, purely because, again, it was just really nice of him. I got so many messages. I woke up one day, obviously because of the time difference. He put his video live or whatever, and it had gone up. Yeah, there you go. He's got 590,000 subs. So if I leave a comment on his video saying, message me, he hasn't. But I did get to meet him in person, which was great. So hopefully, yeah, that would be something. I'd love to do that. I'd love to just sit down and chat with him about figures. There's loads of people. There's too many. But again, it's having the time. And I suppose for me to do that, I'd have to book time off in the day. Because obviously the different time difference. So I'd lose clients of mine in the day. And he's got to be free as well. But again, I'm not making excuses. It's something that I love, all this feedback. I love all that. As I say, I would definitely want to do some of that next year anyway, because I want to do different things, and I like doing the interviews, and I like doing the talking like this, and I like the interaction, to be honest. So as I say, this is fun because I get to chat to you. But what is also fun, even though I haven't done it since Bots at Home, when I put a video up as a premiere, I think that's what I'll do next time. I think maybe for when I eventually get the Haslab or something, instead of just putting the video live, I'll put it up as a premiere, and then I can chat to everybody. Goes great, actually. I've used his video. I've admitted I've used his videos for his Just Transform It a few times, so that would be good. I don't know if he swears or not. Not that it makes a difference, but I'll ask him not to. Because obviously if he was, I'd have to edit it on this. That's a good idea. But yeah, as I say, I like being in. When I did the Landcross video and everybody was in the chat with me, because I think 90% of the chat, and this channel was much smaller then, had never seen a Landcross, so they were completely blown away by it. So I love chatting away to people saying, you've seen nothing yet, basically. You've just seen this and this and this. And then I did the same with the Primes, the other Primes video that I did. So I think that's something to look forward to as well. That's a good idea. I'll do some premieres. That's what I'll do. That's the idea. So I'll do a poll of the figure that people either want re-reviewing or comparing or whatever, or a real detailed breakdown or comparison, and then whichever one wins that, I'll do a video and I'll put it as a premiere like this, like a Saturday night, 11 p.m. or something UK time, 10:30, whatever, because that's what time I went live today. And then I can be in the chat and we can all have a good chat about it at the same time. I don't know why I'm doing that, because you can't even see it. But that's what I'll do. That's another good idea. So that's it. I'll start that in the new year. Polls, even if it's, somebody wants me to update the Star Saber video because they The old one is exactly that. The old one's really dated. Didn't have the new Haslab one at the time, so I could do that. That's a good idea. What do you think of that? Do a poll and then do a live what's it called, thingy on that. Prime versus Prime. If you could find him, that'd be funny. Nobody could find him. So in one way, it's weird. What is your favourite secret? There you go. That's it. And then what I could do is I could put up as many examples of him as I've got, and then we could do a talk video on that. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. That's what the other thing I said I was going to do in another video. I was going to do an evolution of. I was going to do. I can't even think. There you are. Here's a brilliant evolution for the tank or. I'm going to do them. I still need to do them. So, like for instance, here's Bumblebee in G1, and then I miss out a few of them because they're nowhere near me. But then I can say here's another version of him, and then here's another version of him, and do another version of him, and that, and do all the versions that I've got. That's what I'll do. I'll do polls. I'll do polls on that figure, but I'll have to say you can't include Optimus Prime for the first video because there's no space here. That's a great idea. Good idea. And I'll do it as a poll, and I'll do it as that sort of feature as well, so we can all see how much I've improved. What colour is Rumble? But just be. You're not going to let that lie, are you? You're not going to let that lie. He's not going to let that lie. This ends that conversation. He's there. This ends that conversation. There you go. With his pile drivers. No, you see, Pete, you couldn't help yourself. You nearly managed to do a full stream. You nearly managed. Which one? This one is. I've got a carded G1 Rumble. It's been miscarded. They put the wrong figure in. It's a miscarded one. It's worth loads more because what they've done is they put the wrong figure in. They've gone and stupidly put a red one in. I mean, how dumb of them was that to go and do that? It's made that so. That's what they've done, unfortunately. Pete, you've gone and done it. Last 2 minutes of the chat, and we're all arguing about stuff that we don't even. They even call that one blue. They do, but they call the red one red as well. Which, to be fair, I've still not found. I can't remember. Somebody on the chat said that they found me one. Whoever that was, don't forget to send me a message and I can pay you for it. What is he called in Japan? He's just a symbol. I don't know what he is. He's just a symbol. I don't know, actually. Because they had the cart. To be fair, yeah, in Japan it's the same colour. I will do. Soundwave knows his kids' names and he calls the blue one Rumble. Perfect, Crackles. Perfect. In the Japanese cartoons, he's blue as well, isn't he? So yeah. So that's it. Not in the cartoons, he's not. Is he? I need to think now. I need to watch him. I wouldn't be surprised if Pete's right, because Pete's like the ultimate fountain of knowledge. And to be fair, obviously, the Takara. But no, I'm sure it's not. I don't know now you've said that. I'm going to have to dig my book out now and do some Googling. I don't know. I'm going to find out. Let's bring this. See, I knew Pete would know. Most media according to Wiki is red. That's because he was when he started out. And the reason for that, and I have to hold my hands up and agree, you know, the comic came out first, but for me it's always blue because I saw the cartoons before I read the comics, so that's not my excuse, it's just my reason. It's obviously going to rage on forever, which I suppose is fun. But yeah, for me, he's always going to be blue purely because I watched the cartoon first. And then even, I think when I started reading the comics, I was probably about issue 40 odd, was it maybe a bit before then? And I must have thought, what's going on here? I don't know what's going on. Right, guys, we're going to wrap it up on that anyway. Is he? You're probably right. Which one turned into Cyclonus? Not Rumble. Seems like Hasbro's on a campaign to rectify that. Hopefully they're making blue. And it depends, doesn't it? No, thank you, Derek. Thank you very much for jumping in, and thank you for subscribing and watching my videos. Keep your eyes peeled for the next fans hobby. I've got the double dealer ready to do, and as I say, the other jet is in transit to me right now. Bombshell of Cyclonus. Everybody have a good weekend. Spider-Man, anybody who's in the UK, don't forget TF UK Con. Also don't forget I suppose TF Nation, anything, I'll be going to it. Skywalker, Cyclonus, don't start arguing now, guys. But once again, thank you very much for jumping on. Princeton's gone. Thank you for the super chat from him. That was really nice. Thank you all channel members. Alpha, I'm going to chat with you probably tomorrow morning now because it's a bit late, because you won the deluxe figure of your choice for being a channel member. Anybody who's not a channel member, don't forget to check that out. We've got our own Discord as well, which has loads of perks in there, including access to online shops, artists, and in loads of other things. Oh, thank you. Of course. Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. Everybody's still going. Stay in the chat arguing. Don't forget to hit that like button because we've had a good time. Anyway, guys, really appreciate it. Once again, thank you very much. I will see you all. I'm going to wait 3 seconds, so it's bang on an hour and 20. I will speak to you all before the new year anyway. Take care, guys.